Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you have low income and you have a low credit score and you're looking for a small dollar loan, I'm gonna share it with you some of the best places you should take a look for a payday loan or a small installment loan. Now, the first place is Heart Paydays, okay? And the reason I like them is because you can see the interest rates is 5.99 to 35.99. All right. Now, with Heart Payday loans, they are a platform. They're not the actual lender, okay? And the thing about it with these type of lenders, they use tribal lenders. But as you can see, the maximum interest rate they charge on these loans is only 35.99. Now, there are direct tribal lenders and some of them charge triple digits for its interest rates on the loan. But a good thing about Heart Payday loans, you can go from 100 up to $5,000. Now, most of the time, these type of lenders, they're not asking for pay stubs or taxes. Okay, your main thing that they're looking for is your ability to repay the loan. So I would tell you the minimum income you should have going for a loan like this is usually about $1,000 after taxes. Another place that you may want to take a look at to get a loan is Green Dollar Loans as well. It's one of their associated platforms, and as you can see, they have the same interest rate. You can go from 100 up to $5,000 on this platform as well. You also have Big Buck loans, and as you can see, they go from 100 up to 5,000. The thing about it, you can get approved within 15 minutes. So here's the thing about it. For those of you that are on welfare, on disability, they do work with people that have these type of disabilities and things of that nature to help you get approved for a loan. All right. Now, a good thing about them as well is with the interest rate. It's 5.99 up to 35.99. Just keep in mind with these type of lenders, again, they do use tribal lenders as well. Okay, there's another lender, credit lend. They only go up to $2,500. At the same time, again, if you're looking for somewhat of a direct lender to be dealing with, this is definitely one of the places you want to take a look. It doesn't really require for you to put in too much information, but one of the things about it, again, making sure that you have an active checking account, making sure that you have verifiable income. All right. Now, please understand with these type of lenders, they're not going to do a hard pull on the credit. They're using third-party credit bureaus to verify that you are who you say you are. Okay. And so one of the biggest things, they're not focusing on the credit score, but what they are looking at is the information matching up with the third party credit bureau. So the address, most of the time that's on the application, if you've been moving around, because they use third party addresses, third party financial credit bureaus, that address may not be matching up, and so this can get you denied. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Okay, for you guys that are working a job, one of the easiest loans with no interest you guys should be able to get is using your W-4 form with your HR. You would go them and they'll stop taking federal income taxes out of your check. And I always tell people do this 3 to 4 months out of a year. Okay, I don't care how bad the situation or how good the situation is. Getting access to this money to help pay down some of your bills and stuff like that, so that way you don't have to borrow from these high interest rate loans. Now, some of these high interest rate loans, they may help you out in an emergency, but this is the best loan you can get for 0% interest. Now, one other resource I like to share with people is findhelp.org. Okay. So if you're looking for these high interest rate loans, it's more likely because you probably need money to pay a car payment, or you needing to pay your rent or buy food and stuff. You can go to findhelp.org and put in your zip code, and it'll tell you about all of the programs that are in your area that you can get some type of financial assistance, food help, help to pay your rent, type of resource. So this is findhelp.org. For some of these lenders that may require you guys, especially if you're entrepreneurs, you're in the gig economy, to show proof of income, then I would tell you to head over to our website and look at March Madness, because we actually help you set up the payroll and pay stub so you can show proof of income, so you can get qualified for loans, for larger lines of credit. Maybe you need to try to get into an apartment, or maybe you're trying to buy a car, or trying to qualify to get a home or something like that. Well, we actually help you with payroll and pay stubs, and we actually are giving, for the month of March, 6 months of free payroll and pay stubs, plus a free consultation. Plus, we're actually giving you a free credit repair evaluation as well. Another place you guys can check out in order to get qualified for a loan is through Credit Ninja. Now, with Credit Ninja, as you can see, they offer loans up to $5,000 as well. Okay. And here's the thing: to be eligible, one of the things about it is basically being in one of the eligibility states. That's another thing that I would tell you. Like with some of these lenders, they're not in all 50 states. But with Credit Ninja, they're usually in about maybe 30 some states that you can actually borrow up to $5,000 in. Okay. And I know some of you all say, well, what if I'm on Chime? Do I have a Chime account and stuff like that? With some of these lenders, they will still be able to deposit into your Chime account also. There's another institution out there, which is Speedy Cash. A lot of us are familiar with them. And this is all of the states that they actually offer loans. Okay. So not only just payday loans, but they offer small dollar loans, installment loans as well. And so if you're in one of these here states, then Speedy Cash would be able to help you qualify for a loan as well. My point being that don't think that you just stuck because you can't find a lender. There's plenty of lenders out here. Just making sure that the minimum income that you have is at least $1,000 after taxes. Okay. Another place that you want to take a look at is Post Lake Lending. Now, Post Lake Lending, they are a tribal lender. Okay. And out of transparency, yes, their loans interests are more likely going to be much higher than your traditional banks and credit unions as well. But you can see here their loan amounts go from 200 up to 5,000. This is for returning customers up to 5,000. The first time is 1,500. However, again, they're not having to jump through a whole lot of hoops and stuff in order to see if you qualify for a loan. All right. So that's the reason that they're on the list. Another place that you all can look at, which is a platform, is Speedy Net Loans. They offer loans up to $5,000 as well. Again, some of these here lenders may not be in your state, but I would tell you guys, if you are financially struggling, okay, one of the biggest things that you definitely could do, and I'm pretty sure with Speedy Net Loans, because they are platform, they have tribal lenders. Your tribal lenders, unfortunately, those are your most favorable. When you have real bad credit and you have low income, your tribal lenders are probably going to be your highest opportunity to be able to get qualified for a loan. Okay. Another lender that you guys could check out is Jora. Jora Credit. They offer loans up to $4,000. And again, they're not at all 50 states. So let me show you the states they do operate in. These are all the states that Jora Credit operate in. So if you're in one of these here states, they may be able to help you qualify for a loan. Okay. And just to validate what I was saying in terms of, like, a lot of these lenders, they do work with people that are low income, welfare, disability, and stuff like that. And so, not just having a job, just showing proof of income. Again, for you guys that are entrepreneurs and stuff like that, that's the reason why this will be so helpful to you guys in order to start showing proof. So that may you may not need more than $5,000. So this is one of those resources to help you get over that $5,000 hump to get larger lines of credit. Another place that you guys can look for a line of credit or installment loan is Advance America. And as with their lines of credit, and I tell you guys all the time, if they're offering a line of credit, go for the line of credit because they only charge you interest on what you actually use. So any money that you don't actually use, say they give you 3,000, you only use 1,500, they only charge you interest on that amount. All right. So that's the reason why I would tell you to go for the line of credit. Okay. Because if you borrow the loan, they charge you whatever. If they give you $3,000, they charge you interest on that $3,000. All right. And it's reference to they're in multiple states as well. So don't think that you're just operating in just one or two states or whatever. They're in multiple states for Advance America. Okay. So I hope that this video helps you. If you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.